Welcome to Witch Weekly, your weekly installment of all things Harry Potter and Potter related. I'm one of your hosts, Marissa, and I am joined by the amazing, the awesome, the wonderful Mel B. Hi, Mel.
Hey, Marissa. Are you trying to butter me up for something?
I mean, I might be.
What do you want?
I want to ask you a question, actually.
Oh.
Because we're going to talk about the wonderful, the awesome, the amazing, the wonderful Molly Weasley. She's pretty much the best mother ever.
Yeah.
What's your favorite moment of Molly Weasley-ness in the Harry Potter series?
Well, I think Molly is an amazing character, and any scene with her is phenomenally amazing. Because obviously there's the "Don't touch my daughter, you bitch," which is probably one of her most iconic ones, which is amazing, and it really shows her mothering. But I think if I had to pick, I'm trying to think exactly which moment. Any moment she's mothering Harry. Any of those moments.
Okay. Like, what in particular are you thinking?
Well, I was just thinking about him in the hospital wing after the Goblet of Fire, the third task.
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
Yeah. And her just looking after him and telling everybody to leave him alone and let him rest. And I think doesn't she tell off Fudge? I swear she does. She tells somebody off, like really tells them off. But
I
that's
think
her.
she was talking about the fact that if Fudge and McGonagall don't stop arguing, they're gonna wake up Harry. But I don't think she said anything to them.
That's right. But yeah, and her just getting all huffy. She is mum.
She's the best.
What about you?
My favorite moment of Molly Weasley is actually something that she wasn't actually in the scene. It was when she sent Harry Christmas presents the first year. She didn't even know the kid. She saw him for like 2 seconds helping him onto the platform, and Ron probably told her, "Hey, my friend Harry's not going to get any presents from his muggles because they don't like him."
Yeah.
She's just like, "Okay, I'll knit him a sweater and bake him some fudge and it'll be fine. We're going to take care of this kid."
That's such a great act of kindness and love.
Yeah, from the get-go, she was like, "I'm going to take care of this kid because no one else will."
Yeah. Oh, that's a beautiful moment. Yeah. She's just the best. She is the mum everyone secretly wants. Even when she gets up her kids and is grumpy, you know it's all out of love.
Yes.
She only wants what's best.
We get that a lot with wanting the twins to go into the ministry when all they want to do is a joke shop. But she does get on their case, but it's because she loves them and wants what's best for them.
Exactly. And yeah, she thinks that will be best because secure ministry work, secure income, no gambles. And yeah.
So, Molly Weasley, her maiden name was Pruitt. And we actually get a couple other characters named in the series by that same last name. Fabian and Gideon Pruitt were Molly's twin brothers.
Yep.
And they were killed by Death Eaters.
Sorry, give me some sound effects.
Thank you. A huge gasp from the audience is what you were doing right there.
Oh, it was a hiss, like a cat.
Oh, okay. Hissing. Fine. Same thing. They were murdered by, I think it said 5 Death Eaters. They went down like heroes.
Yeah.
And I just can't imagine how she dealt with that. Because we don't really get a time that they died.
No.
So we don't know if she was still in school or if she was, if she had kids at the time. We don't really know, what time range it was when they actually were murdered. But that was a huge reason that she joined the Order of the Phoenix the second time around, because she wanted to fight against the people that killed her brother.
I was going to say, it's clear that it had a huge effect on her. Because she joined the Order the second time, and she talks about losing family, and that's one of her biggest fears.
Yeah, and she says, after she was fighting the Boggart, in Grimmauld Place, she goes, it'll be a miracle if we all make it out of this alive.
She's aware of the risks they're taking.
Yes. So she had brothers, and I'm pretty sure that's the only siblings she had.
Mm-hmm.
So after they were gone, she was kind of just on her own. We don't really get any, grandparent Weasleys.
Pruitts, you mean?
Right, sorry. We don't really get any Grandma and Grandpa Pruitt, so we don't really know what the whole family dynamic is with her side.
Yeah.
But we know she... Go ahead.
We hear about the Weasleys having aunts and uncles, but we never really get told which side of the family they're on, do we? They're just aunt this, uncle that. Yeah.
Yeah, because they talk about Uncle Bilious, but they don't really say what side of the family he's on. He's just Uncle Bilious.
And
he was a crazy old man.
Aunt Muriel.
Yes, Auntie Muriel.
And just because they're saying aunt doesn't always mean they're an aunt. They could be a great aunt. So it could be a sibling. So it could be Molly's aunt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's all good, though.
Yeah.
There's some extra family, but we don't really get a lot of explanation about who they are or how they're related.
We just know it's a big family. The Weasleys have a big family. Yeah.
They're integrated into all the other pureblood families because that's what they are.
Yep.
And the Pruitts were also a pureblood family, in case anybody was wondering. We know Molly was in Gryffindor when she was at Hogwarts. And I have to wonder if she was always like a mother hen.
Yeah.
Like when she was at school. Was she always, like, making sure, like, either the younger kids or even the girls that she shared a dormitory with were, brushing their teeth and, doing their homework and all? Was she doing that kind of stuff?
Because I feel vegetables.
Like she just has... She will be the one to make you eat your vegetables. If the teachers can't, Molly will make sure of it. But I just don't know if she always had that motherly instinct. Like, would she get mad when people's socks roll over the floor and she goes, we have a hamper for a reason. These aren't supposed to be all over the floor. What are you doing? I just like to think that she always had that, motherly instinct.
It's who she is.
Yeah, because it's so ingrained in her.
I was gonna say, I'll have to say that I think she does, because it's so ingrained. She just takes everybody into their family.
Yeah, she doesn't care.
She's so open and loving.
Yeah, like we were talking about the fact that she made Harry a sweater after not knowing the kid at all.
Yeah, because he deserved to have presents. Mm-hmm. And that's so sweet.
I mean, she takes care of him and Hermione during most of the summer holidays without a complaint.
And you have to be loving to have 7 children.
Oh, jeez. I can't even imagine.
7.
That's so many kids.
And their ages are quite spread. Or so we're led to believe.
Yeah, well,
I think somebody did some math that Ginny would have had to be 1 year old when Bill went to Hogwarts. So he was 11 years her senior. Sorry, 10 years. 10. No, she was born when he... Was it when... Either she was born or 1 when he went to Hogwarts. So 10 to 11 years her senior.
That's not a lot of time, considering that it's about a little more than a year between kids. And you need 9 months.
Oh, yeah, that's actually not spread. Oh, she's one of those people.
She was perpetually pregnant.
Oh, for like
pretty much
10 years.
Oh, I can't imagine. I'm sorry. I just can't.
But she got the twins out, like, together. That, like,
so she had a little bit of a reprieve.
Economics. But, they're 2 years older than Ron. So she did have a bit of a reprieve. She was like, oh my god.
Yeah, and, wasn't Percy 2 years older than them?
He's 2 years older than them. Yeah. Then we're not clear. Sometimes it makes it sound like Charlie just graduated, but other times it makes it sound like he's been gone for years. So we're not sure about the age difference between Charlie and Percy.
Yeah. It's a lot of kids, man. She's got to have the patience of a saint to deal with all of them, especially the twins.
My theory is she just really wanted a girl.
She's like, we're gonna keep going until this happens.
Yep.
Oh, man. Speaking of she had to have the patience of a saint, it didn't always pan out that way. She did have quite a few rants throughout the series. I think my personal favorite is the first rant we get from Mrs. Weasley when the boys come home from, breaking Harry out of the Dursleys in book 2.
Yep.
And where have you been? I was worried sick. The car was gone. You didn't leave a note and all of this stuff. And she just goes on and on. There's a quote, Mrs. Weasley was marching across the yard scattering chickens, and for a short, plump, kind-faced woman, it was remarkable how much she looked like a saber-toothed tiger. And she just goes on, and bed's empty, no note, car gone, could have crashed, out of my mind with worry, did you care? Never, as long as I've lived. You wait till your father gets home. We never had trouble from Bill or Charlie or Percy. I'm just like, oh, Molly, I love you.
The thing I love is...
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I love how Arthur goes, oh, how'd it go? He doesn't realise that he's meant to rant as well.
Yeah, did you really? How'd it go? I mean, that was very wrong of you. But I loved how, especially in the movie, where she breaks from yelling at her kids to being like, oh, Harry, how nice to see you. I don't blame you at all for how they acted.
Yeah, oh, that's so funny. I love that, actually. And I always forget that's not actually in the book.
Yeah, well, I think at the end she does turn to Harry and is like,
but the rant's over.
I'll fix you some food.
Yes, but the rant's over.
I think she kind of realizes that she can yell at her kids all she wants, but Harry's in a different position with authority.
Yeah.
Where the authority figures in his life are abusive.
Yeah.
So she needs to make sure he knows that she's not mad at him. She's not yelling at him. And I think that's really smart of her. But yes, definitely. I love how in the movie she says that Ron better hope that she doesn't put bars on his windows after the stunt he pulled. It's great.
I'm trying to pick my favourite rant. It either has to be the Howler, or when she gets up the twins, and I'm trying to remember exactly what it was, but Arthur had gone, wait till your mother hears about this, and he had no intention of actually telling her.
It was after the tongue toffee.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I loved that so much. And he had no intention of ever telling her, but she overheard.
Yeah, I don't think we ever get her yelling at them. We just hear that she has an angry voice from being up in Ron's room.
Oh, that's right. But still, that's just as good. We can imagine the rant.
Oh, yes. Because she goes off on them for trying to sneak more sweets out of the house. When they're going to the Quidditch World Cup. Yeah,
and we hear her muttering about it as they're going, and then of course the flip when they come back and she's just so happy to see them, and she's like, you could have died, and yeah, I yelled at you and you would have died without knowing that I really loved you or something.
Yeah, the last thing I would have talked to you about was that you didn't get enough owls. And she feels terrible.
And of course they bring that up later when she goes to get mad, and they're like, now mother. Those little shits.
If the Hogwarts Express crashes tomorrow, just to think the last thing you did was accuse us of unsubstantiated whatever.
Yep.
It's pretty good. Yeah, I think, so you think that's your favorite when she goes off on them for the tongue toffees?
That or the Howler. I really am struggling to choose.
Yeah. The Howler is pretty good in the movie, too.
Oh, yes.
Especially when it stops yelling and then talks to Ginny.
Yeah. Ginny, dear, we're so proud. And she just, turns red and sinks so low.
Like, I don't want to be part of this.
Leave me out.
Yeah, she's very fierce. And I think that comes off in a lot of the things that we see in the book. She told Well, for one, to speak about her, going off on people, she called Bellatrix a bitch and killed her.
Yes.
Makes her pretty awesome. She scared Fred and George even when she wasn't around.
Yes! Hermione threatens to tell on them to her and to get them to go into line because they're like, what are you going to do? Put us on detention? She's like, I'll write to your mother.
It's a low blow.
Such a low blow.
Yeah. And, I mean, it worked. It scared them at least, which is hard to do, I'm sure.
But I just imagine the love and respect they have for her. All the kids would have for her. Like, even if they're like, oh, she's scary and she's strict at times, you just know that they respect her as an authority figure and a mother and someone who looks after them.
Yeah, and you can just tell that the whole family has a whole bunch of love for her. Like, I mean, Arthur even threatens to tell Molly stuff, and it scares Fred and George.
Yeah, she is the authority of that house.
Oh, totally. She does pull the wait till your father gets home the one time, and then after that, it's always wait till I tell your mother.
Yeah.
Because we learned pretty quickly that Arthur's not going to yell at them for anything. She basically told Remus that he was being an idiot.
Yes,
for not being with Tonks.
Yep. She wanted them together and it was happening.
Oh, yeah. She was like, you're taking a really ridiculous line on this. She wants you, so you should just suck it up, basically, and be with her. Because that's what makes you both happy.
Yep. On the
flip side, go ahead.
On the flip side, she deeply disapproved of Fleur and Bill, but was unable to prevent that. Well, she did start to like Fleur by the end of book 6.
Yes. Fleur, taking action and being like, these scars show that my husband's brave. Who cares how he looks?
Yeah.
I am good looking enough for the both of us.
Yes.
That was always my favorite part of that whole thing. So she does start to warm up to her. It is mentioned in book 6, though, that she did not make her a sweater for Christmas.
Yep.
Kind of a low blow.
Yep. But I'm sure... Well, one, I don't think Fleur wanted a sweater, but I'm sure after that she got sweaters.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. She did make Molly a grandma, so...
Yeah. She would have been... They would have been the first to have kids, so yeah.
Well, they had their first kid about a year after the Battle of Hogwarts, I believe.
That's right, because she was a year younger than Teddy.
Mm-hmm. And they named her basically after victory because of the Battle of Hogwarts being won.
Yep. I can just imagine Grandmama Molly, Nana Molly.
Oh, man. Nana? You want it to be Nana?
I don't know. Nana Molly? Grammy Molly?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Grandma Weasley?
Yeah, it would probably just be Grandma Weasley. And, she just... I wonder how long it took, like, when she had to start knitting all of the sweaters. By the time she had all those grandkids, because we know that she has a lot of them.
Yeah.
When did she have to, did she have to start in, September? To get them all done in time?
No, it's one of those things where she finishes and starts again.
Oh, so she's knitting all the time.
Yeah, well, think about it. So, she has her 7 kids.
Mm-hmm.
Then their 7 partners. Well, we don't know if they all got partners. Let's see. So
Charlie
Ginny.
did not.
So we got Ginny, and we don't actually have 7 kids anymore.
Oh no.
Ginny, Ron, Fred, George, Percy, Bill. So that's 5. So that's 5 partners. So that's 12. Yeah,
wait.
No, sorry. 5 partners plus 7 kids. You with me?
No.
Okay. Ginny
at the end, there were 6 children, 5 of them had partners.
Yes, that's what I just said. So, there's Oh, 6 children. Sorry. I keep counting Fred.
Oh,
She still knits him a jumper.
R.I.P.
She would still knit him a jumper every year.
Probably.
So 7. So 12. And then, oh God, now I need to do more maths. So that's 12. And then we have three Potters, 2 Granger Weasleys, and we know about Bill and Fleur's child. So that's
3.
6 kids. Huh?
They end up having 3.
Who?
Bill and Fleur?
Do they? I did not know that.
They have another girl and another boy.
I did not know
because
that.
Their son is the first male born with Vela blood.
There you go. Huh. Okay, so 8 grandkids that we know of. So
there's more.
Do we know how many?
Angelina and George have 2 kids.
There we go,
Percy
so that makes 10.
and Audrey have 2 more.
12.
Yeah. And I think that's it.
That's 24 jumpers. She has to make 2 a month.
That poor woman. Her fingers are going to fall off at that point.
Doesn't she have assistants, magical assistants?
Maybe. I mean, we do see in the movie, at least, that the knitting needles are working themselves. So
and,
maybe.
Hermione can magically knit, so...
But I think she would want to do them on her own. Put a little love in every stitch. Seems like something she would do.
There's a little love in magic.
I mean, a little bit.
And time saving.
Mm-hmm.
Because it can knit while she sleeps.
This is true. So maybe it's not as daunting a task as we thought.
Yeah. But still, it's made from love.
Of course.
And that's sweet.
She's the best.
She is.
So, I want to talk briefly about Molly and Arthur's relationship.
Yes.
Because they are the perfect couple. And I never realized how much that came across in the books until I was listening to Josh from Tales talk about it on the most recent episode. And he was just going on and on and on about how much Arthur loves Molly and all this stuff. And I was like, I didn't think that really came across as strongly as he saw it coming across.
Oh, no, I agree with him.
Okay.
There is so much love there. And, like, you see it in book 6 with the passwords and everything. He wants to protect her and he won't let her open the door until they've done all their security checks. And it's just so full of love.
Yeah, because he calls her Molly Wobbles. It's adorable. Yeah, I feel like we know that she gets annoyed that he's all into all this muggle nonsense, as she likes to call it. But you know that was probably one of the things that attracted her to him in the first place, was how he could just go on and on about muggle things and how much he loved them. Because when you're dating somebody and they talk about something that they love, and even if you don't really get it, just the passion that they show when they talk about it can be super attractive. And you know that's probably what it was.
Definitely. And yeah, he's just so passionate about it, and I'm sure that passion is what attracted her. I was gonna say, I think they just match each other so well. So, he's so calm and cool and collectible. She's more fiery.
Opposites attract in that regard. Yeah.
And they're just so full of love for one another. Like, they were high school sweethearts.
They were high school sweethearts. I'm pretty sure that it says somewhere that they started dating at Hogwarts.
It does.
They got married, like, right out of Hogwarts because of Voldemort.
And Molly talks about how she remembers the fat lady, and the fat lady got upset with her one night because she came back late from meeting up with Arthur. Which I'm, like, really confused about, because if they were in the same house, why did they need to sneak off somewhere? And why was she coming back without him?
Yeah, well, didn't they get stopped by, like, the groundskeeper?
Oh, that's right, the old groundskeeper stopped them, and, yeah. You are right.
Yes. So he probably, like, took the fall.
Yeah. No, that's so
cute. She got to sneak away.
Yeah.
They're adorable.
Mm. Is there anything else you want to talk about with Molly?
I just feel like her and Minerva McGonagall would be the best of friends.
Yeah, they totally got along and saw eye to eye.
Yeah, I'm sure they had the best talks about all those brats they had to deal with and how most of them were Molly's doing. I just think that I would love to be in on a girl chat between the two of them. I think it would be wonderful.
Yeah. I imagine they talked a lot, especially with the twins.
Oh yes, I'm sure they had
and Ron
weekly letters.
Yep. Constant correspondence.
Yes. Can't get away from it.
Yep. Just, the other thing I love is how differently all her kids turned out from one another.
Mm-hmm.
They're just so vastly different. But at the same time, they all come back to being good people.
Right.
Because that's how they were raised.
Mm-hmm. You raise them right.
Yeah. Raise them right, even though they all have their own personalities, like Bill and Charlie have their interests, and like Bill's the cool guy and Charlie's a bit wild. Percy's prim and proper. The twins are the funny ones. Ginny very much follows after the twins, and she's fiery and confident. And then there's Ron, who's just Ron.
He's kind of a mix, I think.
Yeah.
But I think it's kind of odd that they all... I mean, not odd, really, but just kind of... I guess, to me, it's odd that none of them go into, like, the same kind of work except for the twins.
Yeah.
The twins, open their shop together, but, we have Bill, who's a curse breaker for the bank. We have Charlie, who's, raising dragons. Percy, who's part of the ministry doing, reports on cauldron bottoms. We have Ron, who is an Auror for a while, and then goes and helps George with the shop. And then Ginny, who becomes a Quidditch player, and then writes for the Daily Prophet. Like, they're all spread out in a bunch of different things that they want to do, which I guess speaks to not getting boxed into something. They all can do whatever they want, and that probably came from Molly supporting them in whatever they decided they wanted to do.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I just love her. And I wish the Weasleys would just adopt me. I want to be a part of that family.
Yeah, it'd be a good family to be a part of. Mm-hmm. As long as you are approved by Mrs. Weasley.
Well, yeah, I don't want to go down the floor route and just be ostracized. That wouldn't be good at all. That would be terrible, actually. You don't want the Weasleys to hate you. That means you're a bad person. Anything further about Molly that you have, dear?
No, I just think she's great, and what makes her great, she follows that whole thing that JK has where she really pushes forward mother characters as being strong and driving forces, and a mother's love being so strong.
Understood. Yeah. She's the best. That's basically what we're saying.
Yep. Number one mum. She can have a mug saying it.
Yep. I'm totally okay with calling her number one mom. For sure. So, I don't really have... We usually, at this point, do random ships where we pick two characters and see if we can make something happen. But with this one, we're not going to do that. Because that would make me very uncomfortable. Because basically we try to, like, do a stipulation, and that would be... What could we pick but Weasleys, and I don't want to do any of that. That's not okay with me. So we're actually going to do a Marry, Fuck, Kill for this episode.
Okay.
And we're going to have all the women that become Mrs. Weasleys.
Ah, okay.
So what we're going to use is Molly, Fleur, who becomes Fleur Weasley,
Yep.
and Hermione.
Okay.
Do you think she actually hyphenated her last name when her and Ron got married?
I don't know. I
Yeah,
really can't figure that out, because it's cool on the feminist front,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's like, doesn't matter.
I just don't know.
Maybe they're one of those. Maybe they're one of those people who came up with their own last name.
Maybe.
That's a thing.
Anywho, so we're going to use those 3 lovely women.
Okay. Do I have to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to kill Fleur.
Wow. Okay.
Let's face it, she can't compete with Molly and Hermione.
Okay.
And then I am going to sleep with Mrs. Weasley, because I'm sure she'll get cook up an awesome post-coital breakfast. And she'll make me feel loved. She'll be a gentle lover.
I can't.
And
You're killing me here.
I'm marrying Hermione, because you always marry Hermione, and it'll just go well.
I'm honestly surprised.
Oh.
I really am.
What do you think I'll do?
Well, I'm more surprised about what you did with Molly. Pretty much.
Thought I was going to marry her?
Oh, yeah. Because that's what you do. It's not always marry Hermione, it's always marry Molly. Because she's the best ever. So, that would be my answer. I would marry Molly.
Yep.
And I'm actually going to sleep with Fleur.
You're killing Hermione.
I have to. Because Fleur is beautiful.
Mm.
And I feel like that's going to work out for everyone involved.
Yeah. It's nice to have one night stands with beautiful people, right?
As long as it's just one night, it's fine. But yes, I would have to kill off Hermione. I'm sorry, Hermione, but you got to go. Because I can't do the dirty with Molly. Just can't do it. I respect her too much.
But you marry her, and surely then you'll do the dirty anyway.
Well, it could be discussed. But I wouldn't just do it once and then leave her on the side of my life. I don't know where that was going. I was going to say side of the road, but that didn't seem right either.
Yeah.
So I tried to look up some fan things about Molly, and it was mostly just really creepy fan fiction.
Yeah.
And I'm not okay with it.
No,
so
do better, fans. Do better. Telling the fans to do better.
The respect she deserves.
Yes. I'm sure somewhere out there are some amazing fics, and maybe people want to send them to us.
Yes, if there's any that are not, dirty, incestual, or, cradle robbing, I'm okay with that. I just can't. I can't deal with this one that was, Harry and Molly. Can't do it. Yeah. Sorry.
Nope. That's not what we're about.
So
except when we are.
We're not about that except when it happens. So I do have one more thing for you.
Mm-hmm.
In a world where you have to work for the Ministry of Magic for at least a few years, you can't be a stay-at-home mom. Which department do you think Molly would work for?
Oh.
And I have the list. If you would like me to read them to you.
Read me the list.
The Department of Magical Law Enforcement, Magical Games and Sports, International Magical Cooperation, Magical Accidents and Catastrophes, Regulation and Control of Magical Creatures, Magical Transportation, and Mysteries.
So, I was going to say accidents and catastrophes, but then I just thought, nah, law enforcement.
Really? Okay.
I want Molly in law enforcement, because I can just imagine they capture some dark wizard and she just lectures them. And makes them feel bad. Talk. Yeah, she's that one. It's just like, what would your mother think of you?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Yep, and she'll just lecture them and they'll turn good.
That's amazing. I like that a lot. I actually was going with the magical accidents and catastrophes. But I think she would, like, specialize in taking care of children in that respect.
Yeah.
Because she still has that motherly instinct.
Definitely, and, you know,
law enforcement. Oh.
I just thought it was so much funnier, and I can just imagine when the Death Eater breaks down crying, she'll then hug him and be like, there.
There. I'll go make you some food. It'll be fine.
Yep, it'll all be okay
she
now.
Just sweaters with her.
Yep, she's got sweaters for them all. For when they go to Azkaban, they'll still be warm.
Oh. Oh, okay. I think that's where this ends.
I win.
You do. You win. You win all the things. So, thanks everyone for tuning into this wonderful episode about the great Molly Weasley. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have anything more to say about Molly Weasley and what an awesome person she is, you can send us an email at witchweeklypodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook. Pretty sure we have a Twitter. Do we have a Twitter, Mel?
We do, Witch Weekly Cast, and I'm notoriously bad for doing nothing on it except posting new episodes. But if you start tweeting me, I'll tweet back.
She will. She will do that for you. We also have a website for our podcast network where we do another podcast, which you should check out. So you can go to mmpodcastnetwork.com. There's also an email address, mmpodcastnetwork@gmail.com. Also on Facebook, we have Twitter, MMP Network. So hit us up on all the things. If you want to tweet directly to us, you can hit me up at Rissaru312. And Mel, where can the lovely people send you a direct tweet?
So it's M.A. Bickett. Those have underscores between them. I'm not sure if that's affecting people finding me because I'm not getting tweets. And I'm sure there's loads of people who just want to tweet me.
I think so, because I think I tried to look you up by the way you give out your handle, and you can't find you with just M.A. Bickett. So you're probably like, people are like, Mel doesn't exist.
Oh, I might have to change it. Maybe I should just change it to M.A. Bickett then. I probably can.
You should try. It would probably work out better for everybody.
Yeah, especially because I just give it out like that all the time.
Yes.
There's like a whole community who just wants to talk to me, and
they can't do it. They can't
do it. Wait. Look, I'm on the app. Let's see if I can fix this now. M.A. Bickett. Done. Username has been taken. They're tweeting someone else.
Oh, no. This is terrible. Oh,
so,
well.
From now on, I'll remember that it's M_A_Bickett.
Yes. So find her there.
Yeah.
Whoever this M.A. Bickett that's already on there, it's not Mel. You did not find Mel.
Yeah, probably stop tweeting them all your weird Harry Potter fantasies.
Yeah, they're probably like, what is going on here?
I'm looking this person up, and part of me suspects it might be an old account of mine.
It probably is. Anywho, you wonderful people, you get in touch with us, and just remember, happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if one only remembers to tune in to Witch Weekly.